Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so glad that you are here this morning. If you're brand new, welcome. Quick, easy, yummy ideas for meals, appetizers, lunches, desserts, you name it, we have it. Today is our 99th episode. Can you believe that? Oh my! If you're looking for our recipes, please head over to Cindy's Kitchen YouTube channel where all of the recipes can be easily downloaded. You can look at those. So good morning, good morning. So what's cooking on Cindy's Kitchen today? Today is all about tiny food. Tiny food. So we're gonna get started. Everybody grab your cup, take your last sip of coffee, because here we go. Okay, let me tell you that we used to have, a lot of times we would have people come over to the house. And I remember when we first moved in this house, I thought, oh, this is a great house for entertaining in. And we have a pool. Hey, Vicki. But like for the first year or two, I didn't invite anybody over because there was so much that needed to be done. It's a much older house. And so I was like, well, we'll invite people over when I get this redecorated, or when we replace this, or when we repaint, or when we redo, right? And then finally, good morning, Joanne. Finally, I was like, you know what? It'll never be perfect. And if people come over here and go, ooh, you know, they really need to paint the wall, or, oh, they should replace the tile, we're just not having any fun. So then I just started inviting people over. And so then it was like, oh, gotta make food. And so one of my favorite cookbooks, when you're inviting people over, is this one, and it's called Tiny Food Party, a tiny food party. And I like it because I love appetizers. And I think all appetizers should be a bite, not 2 bites. I don't want to have to use a fork. I think appetizers should be just like that. That's what an appetizer should be. That being said, there are a whole lot of things in here that require a fork or a spoon or something like that. But there's some great ideas in the tiny food party. Look, it even teaches you how to make homemade ding-dongs and homemade Pop-Tarts. Look at that. Homemade ding-dongs and homemade Pop-Tarts. I love this book. Anyway, good morning, Gail. So one of the recipes that I got out of here, I've done several times because it is so easy. And usually people go, what is that? And then they go, oh, okay. I know, it's a cool party book. All right, so using our tiny food party recipe, that's what I'm using. It's just called Tiny Food Party, bite-sized recipes for miniature meals. So anyway, it's very cool. But I've had it for years, So I don't even know if it's still in print, but I think it's very cool. So let's get started. Here's what you're gonna need. Now normally, hi, sweetie. See, I wore a tiny hat because we're making tiny food. So I found a tiny hat, and I have a tiny hat on my head. Do you like the tiny hat? It's kind of cool, huh? There we go. Anyway, oh my goodness, my little cousin Ryan's on. I have never seen you on here before, Ryan. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Okay, so normally I would tell you, you would start with waffles. Little tiny waffles. And that's what I've always used. But you know, it's harder and harder to find stuff at the grocery store. They're just less and less and less and less. I know, my tiny little hat. I like my tiny little hat. Hey, Nell from North Carolina. So this morning, there were no baby waffles to be found. It's a fascinator. This is called a fascinator? Oh my, okay. I have a fascinator. I'm fascinating with my fascinator. No, I don't know. Anyway, so Eggo's has the little mini waffles, but none could be found. None could be found. I'm sure you probably have it at your store, but none can be found at ours. However, what they did have are little tiny French toasts. So the waffles are usually, they look just like this, but they're round, and they have little holes, and there's 4 on a sheet. See? 4 on a sheet. And all you do is you take your little tiny waffles. So, see? I don't know if there's other brands out there. This is what I'm using. So this is actually called French toast instead of waffles, but I'm using it the same way. Okay, so all you're gonna need is your handy dandy toaster. Ta-da! Okay, and so these have been sitting out for a while. Let me make sure they're both set on the same thing. Do you do that? Like one is set on one? Okay, down we go. Down, down. Is it plugged in? Oh, it's on. It's coming on. I'm like, gotta sniff. Gotta do the sniff test. Well, maybe it's technically not a fascinator, but it's close enough. Well, I'm thinking fascinator. Good morning, Donna. Good to see you. Okay, now while our baby, and I'm gonna go ahead and call them waffles, even though they're baby French toast. While our baby waffles, our tiny waffles, are cooking, book is still available, $19 at Target, $5 on Thrift Books. Cool, Gail. Thank you. The next thing you gotta do, and if you have children, maybe even if you don't have children, you have popcorn chicken in your freezer, right? Or chicken nuggets or something like that. See, this is just popcorn chicken, frozen popcorn chicken, stuck it in the oven, cook it according to its instructions, right? Popcorn chicken. Yummy, all by itself. But this is gonna be pretty. We're gonna do pretty. So, you're gonna need your waffles, you're gonna need your popcorn, chicken, or chicken nugget, and honey. Honey, get your bear or whatever kind of honey you have. You know, when I eat stuff, then I have to drink, because then I can't talk. Okay, so, poof, although, here we go. I think I need to cook it, wait a minute. I had it on 2. I'm always afraid I'm gonna burn stuff. Do you worry about that? One day when we were cooking in here, I burnt everything. On those days you don't get pictures because I'm talking to you and I put it in the oven and then I forget. Or I stick it in the oven because the show's over and then I forget that I put it in there. I'm in my office typing up the recipe, and I'm suddenly, it's burnt. I used my Instapot last night. I did the pork tenderloin that I bought that was already pre-seasoned. You know, it was like mesquite barbecue pork tenderloin. It was so good. So good, I tell you. Now, I cheated a little bit. I went ahead and seared it in a skillet. I know I can do it over there, but here's the problem. I'm so short that anything that's this tall, like my blender or anything like that, requires me to stand on my tippy toe, and I just don't want to do that. The stove's down here. It's a flat skillet, so I just did that. My friend Julie and I can never make toast or bread. Always burn it. Oh, I think I'm burning it now. Here we go. Okay. I'm glad you said that. Eek. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. So see? Little toasties. Now, you just got to rip them apart. Ta-da. Ta-da. Look at that. Crunchy, yummy. Ta-da. Okay, so there we go. 4. We have 4 right there. Now, here's the easy part. Are you ready? I put them on my little tray. You would do a whole tray of these. Or you're going to have to break. I'm going to do, you know what, Lisa? I'm going to do a recipe out of the Instapot. Because it wasn't hard, and I put it in there. But I did screw the whole thing up. Because you know in your microwave, when you want something for 3 minutes, you hit 300, right? Because that's 3 minutes. That's not 3 hours. That's 3 minutes. The recipe that I was looking at said to put the pork tenderloin in the Instapot for 3 minutes. So I did 300, and I kept coming back in the kitchen going, this is the longest 3 minutes of my life. Wait, isn't it? The clock's not going down. It wasn't 3 minutes. I had set it for 3 hours. Luckily, I figured it out early enough. And I hit the vent that sucker right now thing. And there you go. Okay, so we have our little toasties. You put your little chicken nugget or your popcorn chicken, whatever you're using on there. Look at that. Look at that. Little chickens. Now you get your honey. You can do all this one-handed. How cool is this? Come on, honey. Honey, honey. Okay, and do a drizzle. You can go back and forth this way. You can go back and forth any way your little heart desires. And so then what do you have? Homemade chicken and waffles. All those big restaurants, but you invited people over to your house. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. You ready? You invited people over at your house. Look how cute that is. Chicken and waffles in one bite. Doing the happy dance. How easy was that? You can do that. I should know better than to take big old bites, right? Cutesy. So that's our meal, right? There's our little yummies. But wait, there's more. Look at my little thing. Look, I have a tray. We're gonna take out another one. Man, that's hot. Oh, this one got all smushy. That's okay. Hold on. Oh, I did them wrong. Give me a little plate. Yeah. Hold on. Woo! Okay, I'm just breaking them apart. Now, you have your little waffles, although these are French toasties, but waffles. Now, you're gonna, you know that almond bark that we've used for umpty things? You're gonna melt some of that. It doesn't matter which one you have. Do you have the chocolate or the vanilla? It doesn't matter. And you can pick a side. I'm gonna pick the round part to dip in the chocolate. So I just melted some almond bark in the microwave, okay? I'm gonna smush that around in there just on like the top. Okay, see? Look, chocolate on the top. Now, look at this. I'm gonna dip it in some nuts. Dip it in the nuts. And look at that. Look. Now, that's not a difficult appy either, right? So everybody that comes, now I also have some of that vanilla bark, right? Y'all, except the thing is hot mama. Hot mama. And then for the vanilla one, I'm gonna dip it in rainbow sprinkles. Look at that. Look at this. Rainbow sprinkles. La la la. Ta-da. And so, look, on your little tray, you've got chocolate with pecan. This is like chopped pecans. And you've got the white with a little, look how cute those are. Little baby foods. I'm gonna do two more just so I've got, so you can see. Okay, chocolate. You just stick it in the microwave. That almond bark, just stick it in the microwave and melt it. And you can do more chocolate on here, like if you wanna do a whole half of it instead of just like the little top, you can. And then you get your little nuts. If you don't like pecans, you could use almonds. You can use hazelnuts. You can use walnuts. You can use whatever little nut your heart desires. There you go, see? If you don't like nuts, what else can you use? You know what you could use? You could use Rice Krispie treats. You could use Fruity Pebbles. I mean, everything. You can just use everything. Okay, here's the vanilla almond bark. You usually use a lot of this at Christmas, right? To make stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna dip it again. Dip it again in the little rainbow sprinkles. Look how cute that is. La la la. Ta-da, ta-da. Yum. Okay, so look, I put them in my little, look. How cute is that? Chocolate with the nuts and the vanilla with the rainbow sprinkles. Pretty, huh? Okay, so now you say, okay, Cindy, well, that was quick. Like, we've only been doing this 13 minutes. Coconut or mini M&M candies. Those are good. Yes, sprinkles, tiny M&Ms, coconut. There you go, Vicky, all good stuff. Before I go to the last thing, I have to show you something. I bought this for me. I don't buy myself stuff a lot, but I can't wait to use this. So before I use it, I'm gonna show it to you. You ready? It's very cool. I have to take it all out of the thing. Oh, and I have to take the little guards off. Ready? Look at what I bought myself. Ooh, look at that. Is that the coolest knife ever? Look at that. It's like a cleaver, see? Yeah. I can't wait to use it. I made your 7-layer bar cookies, but I used oatmeal, not coconut. Oh, Alice, how was that? Was it good? Isn't that gorgeous? It's a gorgeous knife. Look at the bottom, heavy. It's good. So I can't wait to use it, but I haven't used it yet. I wanted to show you first. So I'm gonna stick it back in here for right now. Then I gotta figure out where I'm gonna keep it, because obviously it's not gonna fit in my, look, it came in a little nice little case. It's not gonna fit in my knife block, is it? Okay, so as a recap, before we do the last, it was great. Everybody loved it. Good, Alice. You know what? I'm gonna do that next time. Although I really couldn't taste the coconut in it. Here, wait, let me show you. This is me digging out of it. That's just me. Look how much I ate. Can you tell? And quite frankly, I just started digging it out. But I didn't really taste the coconut because I don't like coconut, but it kind of melted in there. So, but it was good. I may try that. All right, so the recap, we made chicken and waffles, tiny baby chicken and waffles. Look at that. All we used is the Legos, little baby, the mini waffles, although these are mini French toasts. A chicken nugget or a popcorn chicken and a little drizzle of honey. And look, your guests will ooh and ah over your chicken and waffles. Then we took the same chicken and waffles, we dipped it in chocolate almond bark and then some nuts, or we dipped it in the white almond bark with some sprinkles. How cool is that? Okay, so those are our two baby Honey, I Shrunk the Food kids. But then I decided we needed one more. I know we didn't really cook today. I mean, I had to heat up the popcorn chicken and we used the toaster. That's kind of cooking, right? We used the toaster. So then I thought, what else should we have? And so now I have the answer. You ready? We needed something else mini, because I have a mini hat, a fascinator. That's what Linda said it is called, a fascinator. I like that. I'm a fascinating gal in a fascinator hat. There you go. And I have fascinating food. Tiny party. Oh, huge party tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is our 100th episode. 100th show. Can you believe it? Okay, so here we go. I have a tiny little cup. It's a shot glass, but I'm pretending it's a tiny little cup. I rimmed it. Now, you could rim it with just regular old sugar, but I have this stuff called, that I found, I can't remember where I found it. Liquor store? I don't know. It's espresso infused sugar. So I just poured it in here, wet the top, do this. Like you're making a margarita, right? But you're just gonna put sugar on the rim of whatever it is. Because we're doing tiny, I had to use a tiny one. And so that's my tiny little shot glass, okay? Here's my tiny little shot glass. I decided, would you bring the coffee pot, please? We're gonna use a little Godiva white chocolate liqueur. Yum. So we're gonna put a little Godiva white chocolate in there. Yum. And then this is the leftover coffee from this morning. Oh, is it still hot? Still kind of hot. Not overly hot, because you know I've been drinking it since 5 this morning. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Can you tell in there? Can you see in there? Ooh, I don't want to tilt it because then we'll get coffee everywhere. So I decided we should have a little tiny drink. Okay, hold on. Because, you know, it's like a snack afterwards. You get to drink the coffee with the white chocolate liqueur, and then the sugar comes afterwards. Yummy. So, tiny chicken and waffles, tiny little waffle desserts, and a tiny adult beverage. We were quick today. Look at that. It's not even 11:30. Not even 11:30, I tell you. Tomorrow's a big day, though. Big day. 100th episode. Can you guys believe we have had 100 shows? I am really excited. And I appreciate it because it's all up to you. You guys kept coming back. You guys kept trying the recipes and sending me pictures. You guys kept sending questions or suggestions. And so you are the reason. You, the Facebook family or the YouTube family of Cindy's Kitchen, you guys are the reason that tomorrow we do our 100th show. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And so I will see you guys tomorrow for our 100th show at 11 o'clock, like always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. May everything be teeny tiny today. Have an awesome day. If you don't have white chocolate Godiva, you could use other stuff too. See you tomorrow for the 100th show. Bye.